I know I look like crap. I've been crying for days. My dog was killed. So, anyways, I just gotta hop on here really fast and draw this. I can't imagine this video will stay up. China is threatening us and saying we had no right to shoot their spy balloon in our airspace. And they're threatening retaliation. Like, God, I'm old. Anyways, I am in shock. Like, I had to rewind it. Like, I know I didn't hear that right. I hope it comes through in
Atman and Jackie, Chinese officials have threatened repercussions and say the U.S. shooting down its balloon is a serious violation of international practice. Sightseers at Scotty's Surfside Beach in South...
Excuse me? Can we hear that again?
Atman and Jackie, Chinese officials have threatened repercussions and say the U.S. shooting down its balloon is a serious violation of international practice. Sightseers at Scotty's Surfside Beach in South Carolina had their eyes glued to the sky.
They shot it!
As U.S. military fighters shot the controversial Chinese balloon down into the Atlantic Ocean.
We successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report on this a little later.
For days, the Pentagon was keeping close watch over the balloon, estimated to be about the size of 3 school buses and flying at about 60,000 feet. U.S. officials say the balloon was being used to spy, but Chinese leaders claim the device was a civilian aircraft intended for weather research. China has responded to the U.S. taking the balloon down, saying it reserved the right to take further actions and criticized the U.S. for an obvious overreaction and a serious violation of international practice. Hail to former CIA analyst and director of the Security and Intelligence.
They think they have the right to our airspace. Weather gathering? How is our weather your business? You're China, bro. You can't breathe there, and you have no women with which to reproduce. And taking them from Africa and steal neighbors' daughters to raise with your own sons. There's been cases of both. That's a thing that's happening. They have to watch their daughters in China because they get kidnapped and get raised along the man they're supposed to marry. One little girl was found like a block from her house being raised, and it was like years later, and she just never was allowed out. She was being raised. They kidnapped her to be a wife to their sons. Anyways, obviously, if we had any say in how you guys do things, or they do things in China, you wouldn't be doing them the way you are. Because, I'm talking like I'm talking to China. I don't mean to, because I don't want to talk to China. But they, get that through my head, they have the pollution is insane. The people can't even breathe there. It's insanely polluted. We would never allow anything like that in the U.S. And they are very private. They were killing all the Muslims. I don't believe in killing all of anything, no matter who I, don't want to agree with. Don't kill anybody. Don't kill all of people that did nothing wrong. But yeah, so I'm gonna look into it. I don't want to make an ass out of myself, but I can almost guarantee, I mean, they're ruthless. China, they make everything in the world. Everything's made in China because they're like, yeah, we just want money and we don't care about our people, and we're like selling our people, and so you can't even breathe the air because it's so bad, because they don't care about anybody, and they don't let outsiders' opinions and values into their society. And I highly freaking doubt they would let an air balloon or any single thing in their airspace. I don't think they would observe it for. I don't think they'd observe it at all. I think they would. Oh, something's in my eye. I think that they would immediately, as soon as it came over their airspace, I think when it's approaching, I think China, I think if you're approaching their airspace and you're not like, with their air traffic control or whatever, like you're unexpected, I'm assuming you're being shot down immediately. If you're manned, if you are carrying people, you will probably be shot down immediately over China, because they are doing their own thing. They don't care about anybody's opinions, lifestyles, just, oh my God. So anyway, I feel like a different country, loading screen. I don't know what that means, but I just realized, oh, that sucks. Let me try to turn on live. I don't, that sucks. Hopefully it'll come on when, okay. I guess it's saying loading screen. Hopefully maybe when I'm done, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, works. Okay, good. Anyways, so, wow, this is very distracting. I'm not used to doing live. Anyway, so there, if it was another country like Sweden or something, and they're like, oh, why'd you shoot our balloon? I'd be like, okay, well, you're Sweden, you're neutral, you're like, but China, I know they wouldn't let anything over their airspace. And we're already having issues with them. We're already having issues. We have TikTok, we have all this. We're gonna let you just, you're gonna, let me replay, since you just came on, let me replay what I'm talking about. Because nobody was looking before, so who cares? Nobody's gonna watch this. This is insane. I don't know if you already heard or...
Atman and Jackie, Chinese officials have threatened repercussions and say the U.S. shooting down its balloon is a serious violation of international practice. Sightseers at Scotty's.
So China is threatening retaliation, saying we were wrong to shoot that down. Okay, we can shoot down anything that comes to our airspace that is unknown, even if it's like manned. We're not gonna let you float around and like just like go float around over our bases and like get layouts of like Area 51. Like, what do you mean? And what do you mean retaliation? Like, oh my God. Imagine, this is literally like if, like, I just started dating a guy 2 weeks ago and he steals my car without asking. He like takes my car, and I call, and like I'm calling him and I'm like, hey, did you take my car? Where are you? And where's my car? And so I call the police, and then he's like, oh, hell no. So he like tries to sue me for calling the police because he stole my car. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, we shot down your shit. What? Yeah, send another one. We'll shoot that too. Thank God. I called Joe, China Joe. And honestly, I can't believe he's even on this video saying that. I'm impressed that he's, this little...
Riverside Beach in South Carolina had their eyes glued to the sky.
They shot it!
As U.S. military fighters shot the controversial Chinese balloon down into the Atlantic Ocean.
We successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report on this a little later.
For days, the Pentagon was keeping close watch over the balloon, estimated to be about the size of 3 school buses and flying at about 60,000 feet. Officials say the balloon was being used to spy, but Chinese leaders claim the device was a civilian aircraft intended for weather research. China has responded to the U.S. taking the balloon down, saying it reserved the right to take further actions, and criticized the U.S. for an obvious overreaction and a serious violation of international practice. Gail Helt, a former CIA analyst and director of the Security and Intelligence Studies program at King University in Bristol, Tennessee, believes Beijing sent the balloon as a political message.
Yeah.
I don't really see this as a military threat. This is a political issue.
Helt says the U.S. was never in danger of China getting sensitive information.
There's ways that the military can jam the signals. They can keep it from transmitting. They can keep it from collecting whatever it was that it's collecting.
Girl, but I don't care.
The balloon's presence across various parts of the U.S., including military sites in Montana, prompted Secretary of State Antony Blinken to cancel a weekend trip to China aimed at minimizing tensions between the U.S. and China. Some accuse the U.S. of shooting the balloon down to intentionally stop that meeting.
Well, if anyone was doing scuppering, it was the people who sent the balloon into American airspace. I mean, that's an illegal act. I mean, this is U.S. territorial airspace.
With tension between China and the U.S. already running high, Trump doesn't foresee a meeting between the two nations anytime soon.
I think that there will probably be a summit. I think it'll probably be delayed maybe till the end of the year.
Well, you can't spell China without CIA. So when you guys comment, I'm not saying it's like bad or me. The cover, I can't, like, goes on my whole screen. You can comment. I'm just saying it's kind of distracting. Anyway, so yeah. So wait a minute. So you did something illegal. We stood up and said, I'm not your bitch. This is insane. You think you're gonna just float your balloons that are as big as a small house over our airspace and just collect? There's a reason airspace is restricted. There are a million things they could have done that could be loaded with freaking bombs to go land on the White House, which, we cared about 3 years ago. Now, anyways. Yeah, we don't know what that is. That could have been an airstrike. We're just going to let you just float it on in like a Trojan horse. So you're going to threaten war because we're adhering to anything, electrical existence. Exactly. It could be spreading down COVID. They could be seeding our clouds. Anything. Like if you seed you could go seed clouds in a certain area so that they don't reach another area, so that wildfires go out of control. Could be spreading because Chinese fentanyl is coming up through Mexico. All that fentanyl that's killing, I've said that that's chemical warfare, because all the heroin users are dying of Chinese fentanyl, and it's coming up through Mexico. So they know they're sending something too strong for even heroin addicts, and it's killing them, and it keeps coming. That alone, I would be after them worldwide. Like that's war. That's war. How many veterans end up on heroin? But so yeah, they could be spreading anything. They could be doing 3 things at once. And like I'm saying, look how they run their country. Just one huge block of it strapped on a big balloon. Right. And like I said, it could be filled with explosives and just, get over the technology we have nowadays is amazing. It could get to its point, where its target is, be filled with explosive and just float. And oh, we've been watching it for days, and all of a sudden it just drops and bombs something. We're gonna wait and find out? No, we're gonna wait until it's over in a safe area, or vacate and do it. Either way, it's got to come down. I don't like that it was up there that damn long, because it's data connected. So obviously, right. Take out whole cities, take out huge buildings, anything. It is freaking insane. And for them, oh my God, that's like somebody knocking on my door and shooting me in the face. And then I press charges, and I'm like, yeah, you shot me in my face for no reason. And then they're like, whoa, you're pressing charges against me? Like, this is something that's been in the like Geneva Conference and all the New World Order crap, for like so long. It's such a well-known, oh, yep. And yeah, I don't know how they think we do it without noticing, but yeah, they could try it. But anyways, it's very well known that you just don't enter airspace unless you got like the clearance and you're like flying planes, whatever. And so they're threatening war because we won't let them just freely. When we let TikTok back, they were like, oh, like this is grooming. Like maybe they didn't even. This is like touching a kid's leg to see if they're gonna go tell their mom. Like, you're testing us. You are grooming us. The TikTok, as soon as we took back the TikTok, I was like, or, like let it back or whatever. I was like, oh, now we're there, bitch. So we know they're using it to spy. Everybody's using it. When they said they're going to make it illegal again, I'm like, could you hurry? Because that's ridiculous. It's all the laws that's breaking in our country. That right there is like, is it part of like the Geneva Code or whatever? I don't know. Honestly, I don't care much about it. I've not cared much about our airspace because I've always said, no, I know nobody can come over our airspace because as soon as they do, they'll be shot down. If you get within, over in the ocean, like if you approach our airspace, you're supposed to get, I'm almost positive you're supposed to be shot down before you get over us. So they observe these balloons for how long? Like, right. As soon as you approach our airspace, and that's how it needs to be. Because watching it could have done anything to any of us in that amount of time. Honestly, we could sit here for days and talk about the possibilities of what that could have been and what that could have done. And then we take it out. They wanted to see if oh my God, like if we left it, are they just going to start acting like Israel and walking in our houses and saying, I live here now? Like, yeah, we shot down your balloons, dude. We're not your freaking bitch. And you want to go to war with who? With who? Like, you killed all your daughters and your country's almost over. I would put on some lipstick because, like, what? My dog's pissed off. Like, I'm just in shock. I'm in shock. I can't even believe I played it over and over again. I can't believe they would even, man. It's like if you find a guy cheating and he's like with your best friend, like with your mom, right? And you're like, you're sleeping with my mom? And he's like, why are we going through my phone? Like, well, you're sleeping with my mom though. Like, you're wrong. You went through my phone. Like, what, dude? Like, no, this is, oh my God. How long ago was our airspace established? Even before I got into politics or military, when I was young, that is just like such a widely known. Are they being replaced? I mean, aren't we all? aren't we? I thought it was Europe. I guess we're all being replaced. Anyways, yeah, that's just, I can't believe that, who is this? WGN? Let me see. WGN 9. It's 39 degrees there, so it's a little bit lower than me because it's like 15 degrees here. I don't know where this is. Yeah. It says U.S. downs Chinese balloons drawing a, I can't read mirror, drawing a threat from China. Oh, I don't know. Japan doesn't let their people eat garbage. I kind of like Japan. They have good Kit Kats that aren't made of garbage. But anyways, so, okay, like I was saying, I can't believe they televised this. I can't believe they're actually coming on here and like saying, hey, China threatened war with us. I can't believe Joe got on there saying, good job shooting it down. Because like I said, I call him China Joe. I got to do my roots. But, yeah, man, this is crazy. I wouldn't believe anybody who told me this. If somebody said China had balloons floating over and we shot them down, I'd be like, yeah, like they should apologize. Like if their balloons accidentally floated over here, they should be apologizing to us even after we shoot them down. Like, oh, we're so sorry. That's such a violation of so many things that are very clear and have been very clear for, I would probably say, as long as we've been in the air. And maybe before that, you know, the military is often quite advanced. Probably not. But anyways, I mean, before that, it was probably water space, right? The coast was probably watched, and if they see any ships coming in, it was probably something. But anyways, like, yeah, they should be apologizing to us, like, oh my God. And like, why would you be checking our weather? You can't breathe the air in China. Worry about what you guys have going on. If you're going to put anything in the air, put something in the air that collects how much you're poisoning your own people. Something like what? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, probably something like what? Okay, well, tell me if you want to. But anyways, yeah, that's insane. What was the last thing I said before that comment? I'm not good at lives. I have ADHD. Too distracting. I forgot what I was saying. But I am just like floored. Ocean space. Oh, right. Like, you don't let anybody come to your shores. Like, we're gonna let you get a huge hit on us. Like, you're gonna strike first, like some like Twin Towers type shit. Like, we're not gonna have that. That's not gonna happen again. Like, we're gonna let you. We're just gonna. Oh yeah, and like your people can't even breathe. Please don't tell me that's about the weather. Please don't tell me your and American weather is none of your god dang business. How about mind your own? How about the fact that your pollution comes across the ocean? Yep, exactly, international waters, exactly. Once you pass into our waters, we come check, hey, what are you doing? Coast Guard goes and says, hey, what's up? You don't just get to come hang out on our shores in your big old Chinese ship. You don't get to fly your big old 4 school bus freaking air balloons, no matter what they're doing. And they're not, our weather is none of your damn business. That is, if you want that information, you can ask us for it. You can ask to pay for someone over here who's been verified and is qualified, and they can send it up for you and give you the data. That's not like what we're doing in our backyards and shit, or anything, or doing in our military bases. Like, what? And so, there's that. You don't get our weather. You're ruining our weather. Oh, of course it was being tracked. Of course. And I promise you, there were many high-tech cameras and infrared all over the bottom of it. Even if they were looking through pinholes, I promise they were looking. And the weather, okay, you don't get to access our weather. You don't get to know. Are you going to worry about the pollution that you're like sending over here across the ocean because you make so much shit because it's so cheap that you're able, it's like just made en masse. Like, we don't need any more clothes in the world, dude. Like, anyways. And then B, don't worry about our weather. And B, you're worried about the weather when your people can't breathe. You're worried about weather over here when your own people can't breathe the air over there. That's some pretty messed up priorities, and I would say you guys are pretty infamous for messed up priorities. But yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. If you're gonna do anything, and weather balloons, as if they're so, and here's the thing, are you complaining that it's so expensive that we destroyed something so expensive by being overreacting? Oh my God. If it was filled with people and I was Mad Dog or president or whatever, man, you're going to get a freaking warning. I would surround you with freaking jets or something and try to give you a warning. You wouldn't be studied for days if you were manned. Maintain humanity. Exactly. Oh, that's the Georgia Guidestones, Aaron. Are you talking about the Georgia? Right. I don't know. I'm German. Anyways, what's beyond countries? I'm sorry. What is beyond countries? All right. The plan. The replacement? Oh, of course. Of course. Picking them up in Somalia, dropping them off in Europe. All that is all written. Yeah. But the Chinese are off by themselves. I don't even see that. I don't see them collabing with anyone. I'm probably wrong. I've looked everything into the, them. And I've never seen any connections with China, but I'm just like in shock right now. I can't believe they have the audacity to say that they have a problem with us shooting down their balloons. That's insane. I know they were collecting data. Oh my God, they got like probably empty bank accounts from up there. I don't know, magnetic strip, I don't know, probably not. But I know they could do a ton of stuff. They could release a ton of stuff. We're not going to sit around and wait for it. And them saying that we overreacted in retaliation. What retaliation? I said we need to shut down. And didn't Trump do it for a while? I said we need to just shut down. All the crap that they're making is coming to America. That's where all the crap China makes comes to, like most of it. Most of the plasma is taken from Americans because you can only donate plasma like once every 2 months in Europe. You can do it twice a week here until it like breaks you. But yeah, how many jobs do we lose because China's making our stuff? I said a long time ago that we need to like put a major cap on imports and all that pollution. We're buying it. We're causing it. China's sacrificing their own people to make this money. And like, oh my God, you're already communist. Why would you need money when you're a communist country? You're at the top. You have thousands of slaves. Oh. I did not know Will Smith was related to Brad Pitt, but yeah, they're all freaking they're all perverts, just like Meghan Markle's in the royal family. She has royal blood. Right. Yeah. They're all, it's like just all like a good old boys organization. Like America got sold a while ago. Yeah, but I just hopped on here. Like I said, my dog died, so I've been crying for days. I look like crap. My house is trash. There's a freaking hair on my TV. But yeah, everybody famous, royal, and high up in politics. They're basically all related. It's disgusting. It's like a boys club that, you know, you got to know somebody and know somebody. It's like a small town in the South, and like the rest of us are just screwed. Like lobbyists who thought it was a good idea for people with money to be able to make the laws? Like, this country is disgusting, and I'm actually, forgive me, but I'm proud of Joe. I literally call him China Joe. I'm proud that he said that he's glad the balloon was taken down. Thank you. Thank you. It was really, really bad. Forgot what I was saying. I fully forgot what I was saying. Oh, I can't even believe Joe like stood up for us like that against China. I really thought he'd be like, "We're sorry, China." Wait, hang on, I didn't see that. How do you make comments come on here? I don't. Sorry, it went away before I could read it. Anyway, yeah, Joe, he stood his ground. That's good. That was really good that he did that, because I do believe this was either something already. Right. That's basically what they're saying. I mean, dude said he wished he would have come back as a disease and that's the funny thing. There's no problem with population. You stack people in New York, you want to act like there's no space. The vast majority of Earth is uninhabited. And people are like, oh, we're changing the Earth because islands are moving. Islands move. Islands move. And we're just like, I don't think we're affecting things as much as we think just because islands are moving. Shorelines move. Look at Yellowstone. The lake went into the trees, and they're like, why is this? Okay, it's not because of humans. It's because there's a caldera moving the lake over. Yeah, they can go. That's my thing. I'm like, listen, all you rich folk, please get another planet together, and you all go. I'll stay here. Thanks. Everybody's like, they're gonna leave us. I'm like, leave me, thank you. I'm not leaving the planet. I wish they would go find a planet and whatever, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that shit, go over there, because I'm never leaving the atmosphere. I don't want to go up in the atmosphere. If I was meant to fly, I'd have wings. I'm just joking. Wait, what? Oh, it disappeared again. But what was I saying? I don't know. This is insane. I can't believe that they would. Oh, that's what I was saying. I absolutely believe this was either to do something to get information. Like you said, I didn't even think of dropping COVID, dropping fentanyl. I didn't even think of poisoning. I thought filled with bombs, or gathering information. I did not think filled with bombs, just the fact that that's the threat it could be. So you can't be here. That's my whole point. You could be filled with bombs, like you can't fly over our schools and our people and our factories. Oh, it probably affects a million things, of course. I have short-term memory loss. I have PTSD. And then watching my dog be murdered the other day made it flare up really bad. So I'll be, my brain always drops stuff. But, excuse me. Oh yeah. So they either were doing something this time or checking to see if they could. They probably were like sending that balloon and thank you. Thanks. They were sending that balloon to see if they could get away with something. They wanted to see, okay, is the US like, the US is our bitch. Like, we make all this stuff. They're buying all of it. If you look worldwide, we're buying like 80% of all the crap they make. And then all that poison they have is literally coming across the ocean. I want to say it's going to California, but it's like carried over like on this airstream. It's not even just like wafting. It's on an air. It comes over on an airstream. Literally, they're already invading our airspace. But like I said, it's kind of our fault. We need to buy way less crap from them. There needs to be huge caps. If you want crap, it needs to be crap made here. I don't buy made here because I take advantage like everybody else because it is what it is. Things would have to change. I'm not going to be the only one paying high prices. Oh my God, these slippers are terrible for dog hair. But like so I mean, maybe they just thought we're gonna send these balloons over and, you know, see if they could let them float. And then yeah, and that's yeah, it's always Chinese fentanyl. It's always from China. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's terrible. That's, yeah. Yeah, that's all China. None of that is heroin. None of that is heroin. And like they've ignored it. It's really? Yeah, none of that is heroin. Every single time they have deaths, and like they're not talking about it. We've had heroin for what, since at least the 70s, right? And now everybody's dying from heroin overdoses. They weren't dying like this in the 70s. They're like, it's like octuple the deaths on drugs since the 70s. I know a ton of people, you know, like people in Detroit and stuff who've also overdosed and like died and almost died. And this didn't happen. This did not happen like this, you know, until recently, until this Chinese fentanyl came in. And I'm like, oh my God, this is chemical warfare. And every time we're acknowledging that it's this Chinese fentanyl, it's never heroin that they actually die from. And then we act like it's not happening. Like we're not acknowledging it at all. We're like, yo, Chinese fentanyl, Chinese fentanyl. I'm like, hey, were we gonna mention that they should stop making that fentanyl and sending it over here and killing everybody? And like, anyways, so if this, like I said, if this wasn't to do something, it was to see if they could plan something. They want to see, okay, we're going to float those over there in your airspace without permission, without asking, breaking every freaking code ever. And we're going to see if you leave it. Okay. And if we left it, China, like, you really expect us to be your bitch? If we let you keep it there and just keep floating, you would absolutely do something to us. You would absolutely start collecting data. You would be dropping whatever you want, drugs, diseases. You guys would absolutely do that. It's like when someone like leaves their purse in an open car door and you look down, like there are people who would steal the purse just because you left it there. There are people who like would never steal, but they're like, okay, if you're going to be this dumb, I'm going to steal it, because if I don't steal it, someone else is going to steal it. There are just people like, if you're like super weak or super dumb, you're just like begging people to take advantage of you. So if we let them fly their little balloon in our airspace, big enough to be holding a ton of explosives, or like literally it's big enough to be literally holding tons of explosives. 4 school buses. How many tons could we fit in 4 school buses? So it could be big enough to make a huge mushroom cloud blow up. It could wreck our whole country. 2 of those, strategically placed could ruin our entire country? What if they put it over Yellowstone to get the caldera to blow up prematurely? There's a million effing things they could have done. They could have put in a volcano, like a million things they could have done that destroyed our country. And we're supposed to just let them float around. So if we let them, like taking a purse, even when you're not a thief, because you're like, if we let them, we would be such a bitch. Like we're playing ourselves. So like if we would have let their balloons fly in our airspace and not shut them down, we would have absolutely been inviting terror. Like that would have been the end of it. Like they would have won if we let that. They would have been like, oh my God, like, okay, even if let's say that these were only weather balloons. Let's say they were just weather balloons and they weren't collecting any data except only temperature, nothing but temperature. Okay, if you saw that and then we let them go and we still just ignored them, like maybe then you would do something, because you would get it in your head. You're like, wait a minute. They let these fly all over America and come back. Like, even if they were just weather balloons, eventually it would be something nefarious, because it would if you're intelligent, for anyone intelligent, and, you know, we're separating, right? We're separated at the moment. We're not together right now with China, right? So yeah, you're going to be thinking like, damn, it's like, you think your boyfriend's cheating and they left the room and left their phone open? Like, yeah, I'm going through it. They're like, yeah, wait a minute. They're going to let us just fly balloons over? That came back? Yeah. They let us collect their weather data, huh? Let's collect other data. And then like they do that for a while. Then they're like, wait, we should go look at that one military base and see what they're doing and see how their war games are going. And hey, let's make sure no rain clouds. Let's seed all the clouds before they get to California, so they like never get rain, so we can burn it all the way down. Like they would get all these ideas. Any intelligent person who's against us would get these ideas if they found out that the balloons were able to float and do their job and not get shot down. We would be open. Oh my God. And then next what? Like the next, oh, here come the balloons from Iran. And then next, here come the balloons from, well, not Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia. And now here come the balloons from Russia, right? Like, we're just going to sit here and just, hey guys, enjoy our airspace. And your balloons get sucked up when your giant balloons gets in the way of one of our airplanes carrying thousands of our people and gets sucked into the thing like a bird and then goes down and, oh, oops. Like, and we weren't, oh my God. President right now, so bad. So bad. First of all, they wouldn't have tried the balloons. Second of all, if they did, let's say they did try the balloons, they would be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go over there. Okay. You're okay. But you're on warning. And they'd be like, yeah, sorry, even after we shot them down. And would they threaten retaliation? They would not. And a threat of retaliation, I don't know if I'm alone in this, but isn't that the beginning of war? This is war, right? This is what war is. We're at war. Like I said a long time ago, we've been in war for years. The U.S. just refuses to engage. I might have said that about like Europe with all the people being dropped off there. Like you're being completely invaded and you're at war. You're just not engaging. You're letting war happen to you and you're just laying down and taking it. The balloons was already almost a declaration. And the threat is an actual declaration. And who's head of the military right now? Because that's not okay. that needs to, I'm saying probably things need to start popping up in their airspace, right? Because but China Joe, man, I don't know. Do we run the house? I don't know how the military works high up, honestly. Who pulls the freaking trigger? Because that is disgusting. How are they need to lose more than 2 balloons for that, is all I'm saying. Who threatened retaliation? Let me see. I'm on my phone and I use the TV. Let me just see if I can see where they threatened this retaliation.
Summit, I think it'll probably be delayed maybe till the end of the year, depending on what else happens between now and then, of course.
U.S. officials say this is not the first time a foreign surveillance balloon has been spotted over the U.S. Also, the Pentagon acknowledges reports of a second balloon flying over Latin America. Back to you.
Oh, they're really interested in our weather all of a sudden, eh? Yeah, nothing else. This guy's awesome. Let me see. Whoa, what the hell is that? Who cares? Jesus.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told.
I don't know why it's automatically playing. But anyways, yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I can't. If this isn't war, I don't know. Okay. I don't think I'm overreacting. I'm like dramatic and territorial, but I think that I feel like once you've threatened a country, that country has to do something or be a bitch. I can't think of a better word. Like, you saw the title of the video. Bitch is all I can come up with. Cuck? Yeah. Okay. So is there I can't think of I have a foul mouth. Anyways, all I can think of is cuck and bitch. So China just threatened us. I don't want to be China's cuck or bitch. And if you force me to say it, you're our bitch. Oh, yeah, exactly. They're trying to make us subservient, but they are subservient. We're buying, they're making, and emasculated. Oh, I found out how to make the comments come on. Yeah, they are emasculating us. Good word. And how are we going to allow that? How are we? You said you threatened retaliation. What's retaliation? What way could you possibly retaliate? You need us for trade. We feed your people. So the only way you could retaliate against us is violence, because we are the ones who ruined you by stopping imports. So their only retaliation could be violence. So did you just threaten our people because we acted the way we're supposed to? Oh, are you in the military? Dancing to Rihanna. Oh no. Yeah, this is why you know who made all our men like feminine, because so China could say oh, you better let us violate your airspace or we're gonna hurt you. So yeah, maybe they are in cahoots, or they know just so many of our men are in dresses that they're like, yeah, it is. And I believe that you should act like a soldier anytime you're in uniform, and it is humiliating. And yeah, this is ridiculous. And yeah, this wouldn't have happened 50 years ago. They wouldn't have even tried to enter our airspace. Now they're entering it and saying we have no right to defend it. That is absolutely disgusting. They really like expect us to like bow down and treat us like yeah, they're not scared of us. Like, You guys average what, like 5'2"? Just like, and oh man, I know that's not really important when you have, but oh yeah, like I was saying, you could only retaliate with violence. So you literally just threatened violence. How could we let that go? How could we possibly let that go? That's what the military is for. Like really, most of the men, my late husband was an 82nd Airborne military police sergeant. Most of the men in my family were in the military. My great uncle Joe died. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I can take their dudes, right? Yeah, but I guess it's not hand on hand, so it doesn't matter much. But like that's what is the military for? The military is for, like, that's what we train and that's what we do and that's what we're ready for. We're ready for like someone to say something. Like when you're like back like when you were a teenager and you're like on the phone and like people are arguing. Like I'm from Flat Rock and we had a like battle royale for like decades with Huron. And you know, when you're all standing by the phone or whatever, like what they say, are we going, like go, like that's what America's supposed to be, like a bunch of thugs waiting around. Like what they say, did they punk us? Punk is another word. Did they punk us? Like did they disrespect us? Like yeah, they threatened us, they said they're gonna hurt us, they're gonna hurt our family. Oh, they're ready to go, we're running out the door. That's what the military is. If like the military doesn't retaliate to China's threat of retaliation, like shut down the military, because like we're the world's bitch now, right? You guys already take all our plasma. So like just we're supposed to buy up all your Chinese shit, let all your poison float across in the airstream, poison all our people, and you guys can just float your balloons and threaten us. Hey, let's threaten America. It used to be, and when Trump was here, you wish MFer would. Like you're like threaten us, I dare you. No, who they're doing this cause Joe is president, dude. Like they would never, he's like they wouldn't have done this even when Barack was here. Like you don't, who do you think you're talking to? Like who the hell do you think you're talking to? And I'm surprised it went on the news. I don't know how the threat got out. I don't know who was threatened or in what manner, but I am really interested in knowing, because if it was like a more private threat made to one of our government officials, like why did they let that out? Because that seems like something you should keep to yourself, right? Like don't tell us that China just threatened us. That's it seems odd to tell us that. It seems odd. That video came up at like an hour ago. It just seems odd that they would tell all of us civilians that, unless there's some sort of design to make us pop off at the mouth so they can silence us in the name of political correctness. Maybe they want to like make us all talk like bigots, then call us bigots. Right. Even Obama was better than this. This is an embarrassment. As soon as Joe got it, I was scared. I was like, okay, how? First of all, but also I was waiting for it because I did see the amount of ballots that were being bought and taken. Poor people were just selling all their ballots. So at that point, I was like, oh, it's over with. But I didn't think the Electoral College was going to go for Joe Biden. I was like, okay, the Electoral College, why would they take Trump out now? That's insane. So I was like in shock. And then I was like, oh my God, we're screwed. I was like, we're going to get attacked by China and Russia. And here we go. You can't, oh my God. I hope they like rethink. Joe actually stood up. I would not have expected that. Maybe they would not expect that. Maybe that will put them in their place a bit. But either way, man, this has to be handled. This is That can't be let go. That can't be let go. If that's let go, I don't know. I don't know how to end this video. I'm just going to end it. I can't believe, oh my God, I just talked for an hour. Felt like 5 minutes, dude. I'm like beside myself. I feel like it's disorienting. I cannot believe China just threatened us because we followed procedure and protocol that's been enacted for decades. Oh my God. I hope Godzilla eats all them MFers. All right. Good night, y'all. Any you guys watching, and I am flattered. I thought I would go. I can't. Where did the comments go? I had no idea anyone would ever watch my live. I just went on here because I actually made a live because I have no, I'm good. I'm good. I've been good for quite a while. Thank you though, that is true. But, I only made a live video because my phone is so completely full that I almost can't receive texts. I can't even take pictures, so I definitely couldn't take a video. But when your phone's completely full, you can still go live. So that's the only reason I did it. I never knew anybody would watch it. So you guys are like giving me a big head. Okay, but good night, you guys. I'm not going to acknowledge that really good comment, but I hope that everyone intelligent sees that. And I think at this point, we've all done that. All of us. I'm pretty, yeah. I'm saying, like, I don't want things to get ugly, but like, how could it not get ugly at this point? I feel like there's only ugly left at this point. This is about to get ugly. All right. God bless you guys. And good night.